My fibroids were pressing and causing pressure on my kidneys and my bladder, and there were many and various. There were lots of little aliens growing in there. She did show me a picture of what she took out. Horrendous. I'm not squeamish, so I didn't mind seeing it, but they looked horrible. Hello, this is a little bit of a different video from what I normally do, part of my hysterectomy journey series. And I'm going to take you through some of the essentials that helped my recovery, the things that I prepared for and took into hospital, the things that have helped me. I'm now 10 weeks post-surgery, and also some of the things that have happened in my mind, my mindset shift since I've been under house arrest. I was under house arrest for literally about 6 weeks at home, being unable to do very much for myself. But let's begin by running through all the other things you want to know about: the pain levels, my menopause symptoms, movement, other practicalities in hospital. There was a lot of pain in hospital, and you'll see that from the vlog. And on the day of discharge, my surgeon looked at my staples and said, "Oh, 3 of them have dislodged." And I was thinking, yeah, I can feel it. So she put 3 new stitches in place of those staples, and then I was discharged later that day. All that week, they burned. And you just have to be prepared. All I'm saying is you just got to be prepared for post-surgery pain when you get home. So stay close to your ward, stay close to your doctors, make sure that you have their phone numbers and that you can call them in the event of anything happening. I could not stand that pain. And the following Saturday, about a week after I'd been discharged, I called them, said, I need someone, I need to see someone about this because it's absolute hell. Clean them up, more dressings, and I was also given liquid morphine. Such a blessing having the liquid morphine, because then I could take it when the pain was horrific. So that was brilliant. I felt like someone had got a blowtorch up and down my body all of the time. Horrendous. So I'm in a phase now where I'm sitting up here, but I'm in a phase now where my insides, my innards constantly feel like they're going round and round in a washing machine. That has been the feeling from day one, and it hasn't really dissipated. But I don't have any fever, any headache, any sickness accompanying that. So I see that as a good sign. I do not feel ill, other than what my surgeon said to me, which is that because your uterus and all the other bits and bobs connected to it have been taken out, your other organs are moving around, trying to settle down into a new place to fill the space. Menopause. I was in menopause for 2 years before having this surgery. If you're not in menopause before having a hysterectomy, usually, and what all the medical advice says, is that you will be instantly plunged into menopause. You will get symptoms and all manner of symptoms. And we know there's up to 50 odd symptoms. I had a conversation with a menopause doctor over on my podcast. You want to go and watch that, actually. That's really good. It dispels a lot of myths around and talks about alternatives to HRT. So I was a little bit worried, concerned about the symptoms that I might have post-surgery. And 2 weeks after the operation, I got hit with a symptom that I'd never, ever had in my entire life. Hot flash. Just heat from my toes rising all the way up into my body, and suddenly I was clammy, and I was sitting there, might have been out in the garden house having a drink and lunch or whatever. I just said to my husband, I said, I've got a temperature, why am I so clammy? I'm literally clammy. My hands are wet and cold, my head's hot and cold. Then it vanished. Within a couple of minutes, it had gone. And I kept having that for about 3 or 4 a day. It was crazy. So when I went to see my consultant, she's prescribed me new HRT. Woo! And I go, woo, because it's working. So I've been prescribed estrogen gel, estradiol, and also some testosterone. And within about a week, feeling good. So I've gone from about 3 or 4 hot flashes a day to 1 every few days, which is fantastic. Considering we're in a heat wave in Britain as well, still, I'm very happy about that. So as soon as you can get up and walk around, they want you to do that in hospital. You'll see from my vlog, I talk about that. And one of the last tests before being discharged from hospital was that I needed to walk around with a physiotherapist, get up, walk all the way down the corridor, further down the corridor, and down and up a flight of steps. A small flight of steps, mind you, 1 at a time, 1 foot on each step, and then 1 foot on each step, right? Not step, 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 because that would stretch the whole of your body too much and just stretch, liable to kind of burst your stitches and sutures and staples, right? And they advise you 5 minutes walk a day. So there were times when it was quite cold when I came out of hospital straight away, and I would just walk round and round and round the dining table indoors. Thankfully, as the days I've got hotter, I've been out, walk round the block. Hubby would take me. I would have to hold on to him. So I was outside. I was struggling to walk unaided, walking very slowly. 5 minutes a day, they would say, try and increase it every day so that at least by the end of week 1, you are walking 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. I stupidly didn't stick to that, so I'm still very slow at the moment, but I have been walking further. So the furthest I've been is to my local train station, which is about half a mile, and trying to pick up the pace. One of the other big issues I'm still battling with is mental, no lie, physical energy. Mental energy is back. Gen X Women Are Done was my first viral YouTube video since the operation. There were a lot of days immediately after the operation when I was home that I had 0 physical energy to even get up out of bed, to get to the sink, to have a wash. Shower, the first proper shower I was able to have on my own was about 7 weeks. So that was only about 3 weeks ago. So, I must have stunk out of the house. Practical things, forget it. I would advise that you have somebody at home with you to help you, or to come in and help you if you don't live with anyone, or go and move in with someone for the first month at least, because there are a lot of things that you can't do on your own. Getting out of bed was difficult. You'd have to lift up your knees, and that in itself, on your knees, try and pull your knees up to you. That's hard when your middle section's been cut out. And then turn on your side and then twist yourself out of the bed. Yeah, hard. And you would need help. I was having help with a nurse or with my husband every time I needed to get out of bed. Forget about tying any laces. So I went into hospital with my fake Birkenstocks and I practically live in them. It's only recently, maybe in the last 4 weeks, I've been able to bend down and not feel like I'm going to fall down, bend down to actually tie laces. I just like to quickly look at my nose there. Bending down. So anything, laundry tasks, bending down, forget it. It's hard. Well, you can do it if you want to do it, but you're in danger of putting back your recovery. Put it that way. Anything stretching up to get anything, heavy lifting is a no-no. I'm not even sure, even at 10 weeks now, I'm not even sure when I can get back in the gym. I have been having physiotherapy, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a long time until I'm able to do my weightlifting and my, my Romanian deadlifts and all the stuff that I used to do, which is hard to accept, but it's necessary. It's necessary. I don't want to put myself back, and neither do you. So just be careful around your exercise. For nighttime, my eye mask, my little turban, Audrey Hepburn wannabe, that's what I wore all the time. Earplugs to help me sleep. Of course, my microphone and my earbuds that went with my iPad, just in case I had the energy. I didn't really have the energy in the end. I love the Pet Shop Boys. And I also didn't know how far there was going to be air conditioning. I didn't know whether I was going to be on a ward. I ended up being in a room on my own, which was great. So I took my own little fan. Woohoo! Oh yeah, that was very helpful. Obviously my wash bag with some wipes in case I was not able to get to the sink for a wash. I bought a lovely, gorgeous, posh gown, a new satin gown to go into Hossie with, and some new nighties. So, because I didn't know how long I was going to be in for, whether it was going to be, well, definitely wasn't going to be a night, but I knew it was going to be at least 2 or 3 nights. So 1 nightie, 2 nighties, 3 nighties, 4, newborn and a nightie. They went in. I also got my husband to bring me from home this incredible lumbar support, and you'll see what that is about in my vlog. The way that you sat up in your bed and you had to stay on your back and then you would sleep on your back, there was a gap in my back. And when I had backache a few months ago, earlier in the year, this support fills the gap underneath your back and stops your lower back being strained. That was a lifesaver in hospital. There are 2 of them in a pack that I bought off Amazon, literally for about £5, $5, and you can inflate as and when. This has been fantastic since I've come out of hospital for any car journeys, any taxi journeys. Straight out of hospital, actually, it was a full pillow to cover my whole of my abdomen when the seatbelt went over. But since then, at home, it's been this. Another major lifesaver is my J pillow. This is a piece of genius, when I say to you. Supports the back of your neck, can support around your ears, around the side. This, I could not sit up and read in bed or even sleep without this at the back of my head. This is the best $20, I don't know, £15 you're ever going to spend in your life. It's a brilliant travel pillow. I've had several of these for years. The one who invented it came to sell them on QVC, and I remember selling them with her when I used to sell on QVC. So, J Pillow. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the way that it has made me rethink my life. This has been the biggest health challenge, of my life. I'm 54 years old. I'm knocking on the door of 55. And, I was worried about work and all the rest of it. And I'm self-employed, and I'm wondering whether the TV company that I work for is going to want to invite me back, whether or not I'm going to be booked for any events. Thankfully, praise the Lord, I've been booked for a couple of events. They're local events, which is nice, just talking on a panel and stuff like that, which I am very happy about. But it has made me think more about the ways in which I can help other women. So I am going to double down more on my coaching, and I'm looking at developing an online course. And I feel like, because my job in the past, well, for the last 17 years, has been working in live television, working in events, and just being up and down on a train to London and packing in way too much into my life and being exhausted. And I know now, at 10 weeks, that my physical energy is not where it was, and I don't want to push myself, and I don't want to set back my recovery, because I'm not sure how much more of a toll my body can take at the moment. That's genuinely my thoughts, and I'm just checking. Oh, yeah, no, that's absolutely everything. So listen, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all my new subscribers. Go and see the rest of the series, my pre-surgery fears, and my blog. It's on a playlist there, and there are lots of other great things around on the channel. And if you ever want to speak to me, I'm a coach. I'm available one-to-one. All the links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.